Something that Adelaide and South Australia hasn't had for a very, very long time. Everyone's excited by that. This is a great investment for South Australia to get improved sporting infrastructure, which is going to put a roof over tennis, obviously, so people can play and train all year round.
And I think time frame is probably the biggest driver of this project, and that end date being the Adelaide International. So we have to have all this in place and tested well and truly before Christmas. This project's unique in a number of ways. It's 5,200 square metres under one roof with 4 pylon corners.
24 items that each section weigh between 13 and 20 tonne.
Put together in a very large shed, clearly has to be done undercover. We're using pipe that's around about 600 millimetres in diameter for the biggest ones.
How we had to construct it into our factory and move them outdoors, we've actually had to cut the doorways out to manoeuvre these items through the factory into our paint shop, and obviously then manoeuvre with bigger cranes to get them onto our transporting logistics to get them to site.
Well, we have 3 or 4 police escorts from SA Police shutting down intersections so that we don't have to stop these trucks coming through. Obviously, momentum's a big part of what we're doing, getting these trusses here. Plenty of bodies making sure that they arrive safely. There's bridges and overpasses between Edinburgh and here, so I think the first night we brought out one of the big central pieces of the Northern Truss here. That took about 5 hours, but we've now got it down to a fine art, and I think we can get from Edinburgh to here in about an hour and a half. I think it's about 28 to 29 pieces, and all of those come in from Edinburgh one piece at a time. The timeline's very tight. Off-site, we're manufacturing these magnificent canoe trusses you see here behind us. The whole thing is basically building a jigsaw off-site and not knowing whether it's all going to go together until we put the days together like this.
The ability to attract the tennis tournament, to have the WTA and ATP tennis tournament here in South Australia, the Adelaide International, is really exciting.
The Adelaide International is really going to bring in a huge number of tennis fans from right across the country, right across the world, and of course it'll be broadcast so that the rest of the world can see the fantastic opportunities for tennis in our state. I grew up watching tennis at Memorial Drive. It's absolutely fantastic. We've been so pleased with our $10 million investment in this site, which will actually bring international tennis back to Memorial Drive.